This is the Playmakers Podcast, your source for local and nationwide hot topics in sports, giving you the Playmakers perspective on what's going down. You think of that real? You think of that Playmakers Podcast? We working.
Welcome back to the Playmakers Podcast. We have been off for a bit, but we are back. A very, very special show today. We have the Playmakers Podcast sectional preview show here today. Of course, we got Chuck, the leader of our basketball section, and we have our newest member. Very happy to have you aboard, my man. Big Reg. What's up with you, my man?
Glad to be here.
Yes. For those that don't know, this is my golf group, right? We're out there every weekend, trying to get better on the golf course, so we know each other pretty well. But today's show, like we said, is our sectional preview show. We got a lot to talk about. First, want to mention our sponsors. We got Shamrock Paving, of course, for all your paving and asphalt needs. Contact Shamrock Paving. They're at 841 Buffalo Road, right here in Rochester. Phone number 585-417-5722. Then we also have Shelton Financial. Go over and see Marky. It's tax season. Go over there. He's busy, but still knock on the door, kick the door in. He'll take care of you. Marky is over there at 490 G Scottsville Road, right here in Rochester, Suite 1200A. And the phone number there is 585-328-5999. That's a 328 number. That's an old number.
Old school, man.
That's old school.
Yeah, very old school.
Old school West Side.
Yeah, so he's been around for a while with that phone number. 585-328-5999. And then, of course, we got Cornell over at Custo Print. Cornell takes care of all of our Playmakers podcast and our MJ School apparel, custom apparel needs. He's at 1485 Mount Reed Boulevard. Phone number there, 585-434-5015. And Cornell always loves company. Go in there, bother him, stick around a while your stuff is getting done, and he'll take care of you. But we're going to break away really quick for some Class AA highlights. Check these highlights out. We'll be right back. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed those highlights from Class AA. We're going to jump into the class and talk about, what's going on right now, the seedings. We know that the seedings won't be out. The real seedings won't be out until the 21st. But right now, Class AA is pretty stacked. They got some teams up there, and this thing can go any way with any one of these teams getting hot and really wanting to win.
You look at Victor. Victor's 17-0. A lot of people, they see the numbers. They don't really get to see them like that. They don't play a lot of city games, so unless you get out to Victor and catch them out. But the people out there who have been watching them all year and have had to play them, and me and Reg have been to quite a few Victor games, they're every bit of the 17-0.
Yeah,
they're the real deal.
Yeah.
They're the only...
They have a 2-3 zone that's the best that I've seen this year.
Without question, right?
Actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they have a rotation of like 4 guards. Mm-hmm. They have their senior guard, then they have 4 juniors that just rotate. And they're pass, drive, kick, shoot, pass inside.
Yeah.
And a real X factor is for them, they're the only team with a 7-footer.
with soft hands.
Soft hands. It can catch, and he's gotten better at red. Wouldn't you say he's gotten better as the season's gone along?
Absolutely.
We've seen this kid for a couple of years.
Yeah.
He has the ability now that he can catch the ball in the post, and he will look around and find the open person, drop it off to him, and now he's incorporated. We were just at the Rush game. He started doing a drop step.
Oh, yeah.
If he starts drop stepping on people, it's over with.
Yeah.
No one's there's no, he doesn't have to jump to lay it in.
Right.
It's incredible.
You can't teach size.
You can't teach
He
size.
definitely has the size to be a real threat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think people have underrated him. Like, oh, he's just a novelty because he's a big guy, and he's not. Then they have a sophomore out there, big kid, number 34, incredible. Comes off the bench. 35. Sorry. Nasty. And then the transfer kid from Greece. Yeah, from Greece Olympia. Just a great overall team.
Yeah.
Well coached. I mean, me and Reg both have been very impressed with their coach.
Yeah,
their coach is outstanding.
Outstanding.
So you say a lot of passing and driving. It sounds like they're very sound. Ball security is big for them, and then they're finding an open guy on the floor,
All the time.
making the defense move and then playing off of the defense.
And I think more than anything else with Victor, it's about the name on the front of the jersey, not the name on the back of the jersey. With those young guys out there, and they do what it takes to win.
You were just saying off camera, you were saying how there's no superstars on the team.
No.
There's no superstars, so they're out there playing for each other and getting the job done.
But they do have a lefty.
The point guard. Woo! Number 5.
He's special.
He's special.
Oh, special.
I'm a lefty, so he
Yeah, those golf clubs are kind of awkward.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
They're locked in for the number 1 seed. It looks right now mathematically that UPrep is pretty much locked in for number 2, unless something astronomical happens. UPrep, a team we have been high on all year long. They've had ups and downs. I mean, still a great record right now.
Yeah.
13-4, but with them, it's going to be just the opposite of Victor.
Yeah.
Are they going to play as a team?
Right.
When they play as a team,
Yep.
they're the most athletically gifted team in Section 5. It's not even debatable.
Right.
I mean, East is probably right there underneath them overall in Section 5.
Right.
But they have 5 kids that are unbelievable athletically.
Very, very sneaky athletes.
Hurts them, they don't have a true big man. I think that hurts you in the long run.
Yeah.
But they have a Player of the Year candidate in Melvin Council.
Right.
And it's all gonna depend on what they do in sectionals. Like, if they come to play as a team, they could run it.
Yeah.
They absolutely could. If they don't, and they don't rebound, and they don't play defense, they're gonna have a hard time against teams like Victor, McQuaid.
Yeah.
McQuaid at the 4 seed.
Right.
We've been talking about off camera. We're talking about they're on like a 10-1 run or something like that, and they only lost to leadership. It went from being, it's just a typical thing when we talk about every year with them. They start out rough, then they figure out how to play.
Yep.
And by the time this time of the year comes, they figure out who the role players are.
Yeah, and you got to tip your hat to Jack. He started out slow. His team, he didn't know what he had, so now he's seeing exactly what's going on with his team, and he found out some of the things that he has to do, some adjustments that he had to make in order for them to hit their stride and then start to make some plays. What do you feel about that McQuaid team and what they've been able to do in the last 11 games?
Listen, Kobe Long has been playing lights out basketball.
Lights out.
Yes.
Lights out basketball. In the past, I was critical of Kobe because I thought he could have been better defensively.
Right.
And this young man this year has taken the mantle and said, I want to be great.
Yeah.
And he's proven it on a
Without
game
question.
basis. I'm proud of him.
Yeah. And it's really big for him. Like, everyone's going to talk about his shooting. His defense has definitely stepped up. But I just came from the Edison McQuaid game. They just beat Edison by like 20. The thing I was the most impressed with, Kobe gets rebounds in big situations. Yeah. And he's not a big guy.
He's down
He does not afraid to mix it up.
Yep.
He's there. He's in it. And then, I mean, they're a dynamic duo. I mean, they're maybe one of the greatest duos ever.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, They already have 2 championships already. You can't teach championship DNA.
Right.
And Jermaine Taggart is either 1 or 2 in most athletic kids. Yeah. And he is just an overall good basketball player.
Yeah.
And we saw him, I mean, you saw the dunk he had on Aquinas the other night.
Yeah.
He's just special. I mean, to go baseline like that, maybe one of the top 3 dunks of the year.
McQuaid's a problem at the 4 seed.
Yeah.
They're a problem.
3 or 4 seed.
3 or 4, wherever they drop, they are a problem.
Now, what I've seen happening over these last few games, it looks to me like Kobe has learned to trust his teammates a lot more.
Without question.
And when he noticed that, it seems like everything starts to fall into place.
Yep.
You can see it on the court. You can see, when other guys are making plays. It looks like he's cheering them on a little bit more.
Yeah.
He's giving them that confidence, so it's rolling over to their confidence, and then the team actually rolling and playing some good basketball.
At the end of the day, it makes the game easier for Kobe.
Absolutely.
If he trusts his teammates.
Yeah.
And he's got good kids. Keith Warren is an exceptional player.
Yeah.
Ruben Daniels is maybe one of the most underrated players in Section 5 who gets no press whatsoever. Mm-hmm. And now Darren Blocker and the quarterback from their sectional team, Cairns, he's balling.
Yeah.
When I say he must have had 5 charges the other night, he's balling. They're playing. They're really, really playing.
Now, another thing that I've seen is Keith Warren. They go if Keith goes. If Keith has a really good game,
unstoppable.
They're unstoppable. That's a 3-headed monster that you have to cover the whole court for because all 3 of them can shoot from wherever.
If he's hitting his jump shot, McQuaid is definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why, like you said, in that 4th seed, in that 4th spot, it's going to be crazy for whoever they run into. If Keith is going to knock that 3-pointer down, it's going to be crazy.
And they're the champs.
Now you replicate. Yes, and that's what everyone has yet to prove.
Yes.
They're 2-time champions. Yeah. You cannot discount that.
Right.
There's a reason why people end up being champions.
They've been in the fire.
And now it's up to UPrep. UPrep is the one team I think has to prove that they're a champion.
Yeah.
On their resume, they have to prove it.
Yeah.
Victor has come a long way. The Victor basketball program hasn't been good in a while. Mm-hmm. This coach has built them up. He knew these kids he had that are juniors now when they're sophomores. Mm-hmm. He played them. But the wild card in this, I'm telling you, Rush Henrietta is going to upset someone and make someone cry. Mm. Someone's going to cry on the court because of Rush Henrietta. I'm telling you right now, someone's season is going to be done by Rush. You want to know why? A lot of times these teams look past certain people. Mm-hmm. That's the team that they're looking past. You want to know what else? Mark my words. I want this. The biggest upset, Edison is going to beat someone. And they only have a 7-12 record.
I like that.
They're gonna beat someone. Mark my words. I'm telling you right now. That team is scary. Scary. And in a pressure-packed 1-game situation, they can upset people.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now.
Wow.
And then, you still talk about one of the top guys that we talked about for the year. You got to talk about Taj.
Yeah.
Taj is. I put Taj and Tony Arnold as the 2 guys who are one-man stars on their team. They have people who can play around them. Right. More so Tony.
Right.
But Taj is, he is Hilton. He wears the H right there in his chest.
Yeah.
He wants this. He wants this chip. Wow. People might not be talking to him about it. I don't want to see him if I'm one of these teams. Yeah. I don't want to see a guy who's already... He's got a Division I scholarship. He's the real deal. He's the real deal. Yeah. And he has something to prove in his senior year.
Yes, sir. So really quickly, who do you see coming out with the championship in this group and why? Real quick. Oof. I know I'm putting you on the spot. First, y'all, you gotta let us know who you got.
I would say Victor because they moved the ball.
Victor. Okay. Yeah, you gotta play defense. And they're going to knock down the shots. Chuck.
People say I'm being biased because my son's a McQuaid graduate.
Yeah.
I am black and gold.
Yeah.
But I'm not giving up on my boys JT and Kobe.
I'm
just not.
I
can't. Man, I got to roll with my guys.
I got you.
Maybe it's a from the heart pick, but I'll take it. That's who I'm rolling with.
Oh man, it's
now who you gonna pick?
For me, it's hard to go against UPrep because I
like it
because
and I love that pick. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I love you, Prep.
It's hard to
Yeah, I love UPrep too. I mean,
I just don't. If they run into that 7-footer, they got issues because they don't have a true big man, and if he plays 7-foot basketball, it's going to be a problem for him.
Listen, there's something that me and Carl Jefferson were having a talk just yesterday. Mm-hmm. There's something an equation that goes into all of this. Mm-hmm. These games happen at Blue Cross.
Right.
It's a different court.
Exactly.
It's a different shooting dynamic.
Exactly.
It's a whole different game. Mm-hmm. And that goes back to why, for my pick, McQuaid's been there. Yeah. They played a lot of games on that court. Mm-hmm. Victor, it's going to be a new experience. Yeah. They haven't played on that court like that. UPrep, they've been beat by McQuaid, I think, like 3 years in a row. Yeah. I mean, even though some of those guys might not have been there, UPrep as a whole, I would hope the people over at UPrep would be like, yo, you got to do something. Yeah. We'll talk to one of the guys who produces the show. I think he's a UPrep guy. We'll talk to him about that.
I'm gonna stick with my UPrep, because you just brought up a big point for me. They're playing on that big court. That athleticism is going to be crazy on that big court. Yes. So Melvin and what's my guy's name? Keyshawn. And
Isaiah
Folks. They got a lot of athleticism that you got to cover on that big court.
And you got BJ.
And I'm going with UPrep, man. I got to do it. I'm gonna go with UPrep. Melvin,
can I 1A that one?
Don't
can I do a 1 and 1A?
Melvin, don't. I'll be there. Don't disappoint me.
But it's a toss up. I think it's a toss up. I really think it's a toss up.
All right, so that's Class A, man.
Double A.
I'm sorry. That's Class AA. Our wrap up for there. We're gonna go and enjoy some highlights from Class A1, and we're gonna jump into that really quickly. We're gonna go A1 and A2 together. I think we can get that done.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And then we'll jump in. We'll be right back to talk about the sectional preview of Class A1 and A2.
I hope you enjoyed those highlights. Welcome back to the Playmakers Podcast. Once again, my name is Reg, and we're going to roll into Class A1 and Class A2.
Big time.
Big teams on this list.
Yeah.
We got some
heavy hitters on.
Heavy hitters.
What comes to your mind first, Reg, when you see Class A1 and A2?
First and foremost, I look at Arondacoit, who is going to be the number 1 seed, I think, right?
Yeah.
Right. I saw Arondacoit play a few times. They play grown man basketball out there. Mm-hmm. And they're not afraid of the big stage.
No.
Right.
No, they thrive on it.
Right.
Absolutely. And again, they're another one of those teams that move the ball and make the extra pass. And they have athletes.
Mm-hmm.
No one talks about it.
Mm-hmm. Now, hold on, real quick. How do we know they're a lock for the number 1 seed? They're in leadership, right?
The point system, because they won more AA games. So right now, I don't think they would have to lose out, and leadership would have to win out, which could happen. But I do not see Arondacoit. I mean, they have Canandaigua today. They already beat them, I think, by 50.
And East Ridge also only has 3 losses. So that's good to know for me and for the listeners to know how that works, because now you talk about the point system is set up to where the teams with the most upper class wins get more points.
Yeah, the wins aren't going to necessarily matter. It depends on who wins in the point system, the amount of AA wins. Gotcha. That's why Arondacoit played Penfield the other day. It was a AA win.
It's close.
It's close, but it's virtually mathematically impossible.
69 points, leadership 64.
Yeah, but they don't have the amount they don't have the amount of AA games.
That's why I like working with these dudes. They got everything all set and all. They know everything.
This is what we live right here.
Yeah, I like it.
This is what we live.
So Arondequoit is definitely the
They had a slow start to the year.
Yeah.
A slow start. They got it together. Mm-hmm. I mean, a lot of this, when you look at these teams, coaching matters. Mm-hmm. They have a coach who's been there for 34 years.
Right.
He's about to get inducted to the New York State Hall of Fame.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, coaching. Okay. I mean, he's coached a lot of good teams. He's a good coach. Mm-hmm. He believes in these kids. He's worked hard with them.
Yeah.
And they've come around.
Right.
And I mean, hey, shout out to Arondequoit. Second time I was on SportsCenter. Number 8.
That's right.
Top 10. Top 10. So Arondequoit gets love no matter what, because I've always wanted to be on SportsCenter.
There you go. But man, going down this list, I mean, you got Eastridge and a dude like Tony Arnold in the 3 seed. I mean,
I call him the Westbrookian.
Yeah,
I like that.
That is like exactly what he is.
I like that.
Not only is he my favorite sneakerhead junior, but he is a Westbrookian.
Okay. Yeah.
He's a special talent and a special young man.
Yeah, he is. He's a kid I've sat down with quite a few times, and when you talk to him, there's certain kids you sit down and talk to, and you just know they're different kids.
Yeah.
They have a different drive.
Yeah.
You know, you talk to him, you talk to Mo McKinney.
Yeah.
These kids are just different.
Yeah.
They want to win on a different level. It means everything to them.
Yeah.
They're up over on Flint Street. These kids work out together.
Yeah.
They're on different teams, but they still go work out together.
Uh-huh.
It's all about they want to get somewhere in life.
Right.
And it shows in them. And Tony, he's, if they had an award that said all heart, that's him.
Yeah.
He'll put his team on his back. He just like he said, he is like a Westbrook junior.
Yeah.
You want to talk about athletic?
Yeah. Oh.
I mean, he's got a game. Plus, he can
dunk
it. Yeah, he threw it off the backboard and dunked it. I mean, he can dunk on your head.
Yeah.
But they did lose to Arondequoit in the rival game at Arondequoit.
Yeah.
It
Tough.
was a tough night, though.
It was a tough night.
I'd like to see them run that back.
Yeah. Hopefully, we'll get to see him run it back.
Close game.
It was a close game to the very end.
Yeah.
But the atmosphere was incredible.
Yeah.
There was one of their kids had a medical problem right before the game.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And they're a close knit group.
Mm-hmm.
We saw them play Penfield the other day in one of the best games. Like, it was an amazing game. Tony and Dylan Scott just went back and forth with each other. Yeah, Dylan is amazing. Yeah. And those guys went at it. Mm-hmm. And Tony, at the end of the day, he put it on his shoulders. Put it on me. I got it.
And we got it.
I like it.
On both ends, though. That's the other thing. He's not just an offensive player, like, give me the ball, I want to do something. Yeah. He'll pass the ball to whoever. He'll do whatever. Yeah. But he knows he has to win.
See, I like
that's the
stuff that you don't even like. You just fall in love with a kid like that. Like you say special. You say special. Like something that jumped out to me the other day. I'm at Eastridge because Sharon Davis signed. He signed to go to college.
Absolutely.
Comes off the bench for him.
Yep, he comes off the bench for him. Now Sharon is the football guy, and Tony is the basketball guy.
Right. And so is Jalen.
And
Jalen's other football guy.
We're there for Sharon signing, and Tony. Basketball season, he's the guy everybody's talking about. He was the biggest fan there.
That's who he is.
He was so supportive of Sharon.
That's who he is.
Signing to go to college. It was like he had the biggest smile on his face. He has his camera out recording everything Sharon's doing.
Right.
And you just love seeing stuff like that because there's no kind of ego, no kind of jealousy or anything in it. He was there for his brother. And it was a beautiful thing to see.
Now, with that being said, Eastridge has an amazing backcourt with Tony Arnold and J. Rose Hanna.
Yes.
And if there's a 1 and a 1A, they're my 1A backcourt. But that leads us right into our one backcourt, which is Mo McKinney and Shamir McCullough at leadership.
That is the backcourt.
Man.
And that is, there's been a lot of internet talk. After the East leadership game about who's the best point guard in Section 5.
Yeah. Address it.
I know.
Address it, Chuck.
I understand that they're talking over at East that they have the best point guard, and they have a lot of right to say it. because he's having a hell of a year as a sophomore. He's a great player. But with that said, Mo McKinney is the best point guard in Section 5. And people can debate it. All they want to debate.
It's not debatable.
Yeah. It's not debatable. It's a fact.
Not debatable. Wow.
That's
a statement.
He is a true point guard.
Mm-hmm.
And he's Dr. Ice.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Who he reminds me of is when Anthony Iglesias was coming up and would take every big shot and put everything on his shoulders and wouldn't say a word. Mm-hmm. Mo doesn't trash talk.
Yeah.
He doesn't say a word. He plays on both ends.
Not on the court. Off the court, he might talk a little bit. But he's supposed to. I like it.
But who he does talk to, though, the only person he talks to is his team.
Yes.
We were there right on a court side. Yes. He's telling his team, stop jumping, take a charge, do this. I'm telling you.
Wow.
If leadership takes some charges, if they take some charges defensively in sectionals, whew, it's going to be hard to beat them.
He's a junior, right?
Junior.
Wow.
Shamir, senior, having a great year, deadly range.
Yeah. Now I'm not a basketball guy, but I know the game, right? Play a little bit, and all that. But I know how to watch a sport. I know how to watch a sport. You know what I mean?
So what does the eye test tell you?
The eye test tells me that Mo McKinney is easily the best point guard in Section 5. Easily. And I'm gonna tell you why. To me, you say who he reminds you of. To me, he reminds me of Chauncey Billups in his prime. Yeah. Right? Control the court completely. He's going to control the offensive side
without
of the game.
Question.
He's going to be in the right spot on the defensive side of the game. He's not going to turn the ball over.
Nope.
And the one
thing
can shoot it. The one thing that tells me that he's always in control. He's out there playing a full basketball game like everybody else, but you rarely see him sweat. You rarely see him sweat because he's in control of everything. He's not wasting energy. He's not doing anything extra or something that he shouldn't do, but he's controlling the game. And to me, he is putting the mental part of the game over the athleticism part of the game because he's making every pass.
That.
I played at a high level, man, so I know how to watch the game. And to me, it seems like this kid is poised to death.
He is.
He is poised to death. When he took that game-winning shot at McQuaid, he had a shot. He took another dribble for a better shot, but it was only 1.2 seconds on the clock. He knew he had that time.
He knew he had the time to get when to let it go.
It was beautiful.
It was beautiful. A great comparison. So we're gonna call him Mo Big Shot McKinney.
It is. It's a great comparison.
That 30-footer he just hit the other day
against and you seen him lining it up.
He just stepped back and was like, "Bam!"
So
everybody was like,
so like I said, I'm not a basketball guy. I don't claim to be, but I know the game and I know how to watch film. I know how to watch an athletic event. I know how to see an athlete.
Right.
He's gonna make it because, like I said, he puts the mental part of the game before the athleticism.
I like that.
He lets the athleticism be extra.
But I'm going to say something. Hold on. I got to jump in here. We're talking about point guards. Mm-hmm. Tony is a /1-2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maradona from Around point guard. Mm-hmm. Great point guard. He's the one who hit the second shot. This team at number 4, people have forgot about them. They're the defending Section 5 champions.
Oh, yeah.
They're Mendon. Mm-hmm. And they got a kid named Shatters.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
And let me tell you something.
Yeah.
He doesn't get the publicity.
Yep.
He doesn't get the shine. Mm-hmm. I don't want to see him. If I'm any one of those teams, I don't want to see him.
Yep.
I don't. Yep. I just don't.
Mm-hmm.
And they got a kid. I'm sorry, I can't remember his name. White kid with the long stringly hair. He's a football player.
Yeah.
This kid he's just one of those kids that just, for whatever reason, the ball always gets into his hands and he always scores. And you just sit there and watch and you're like, did he just score again?
Right.
How did that even happen?
Yeah.
How does that even happen?
Yeah.
Mendon's a team that don't count them out.
Yeah.
I got you.
It can happen with them.
I've seen Shatters a couple times, and he reminds me a little bit of Kobe Long. He finds a way to get in the paint and get that shot off.
Yeah.
And he's good at it. He's really good at it, and he's making that shot.
Yeah, without question.
So that, and then I've got to jump back a little bit because I can't say that about Mo McKinney without mentioning how Shamir helps him.
Oh,
Shamir spreads that floor open because of his ability to shoot the ball, and he lets Mo do his thing.
But here's the thing. Though the relationship that those two young men
share.
Like I was courtside, so I got and I've watched their pregame I've seen them do every game, and I got a chance to be up close and personal with it.
To see them do the up and down stuff.
And
it's incredible.
It was
real,
amazing.
Genuine.
It's genuine, and it prepares each of them for the jobs that they have to do for leadership to win.
Oh, I love that.
It's special. I truly enjoy being that close to see it.
Yeah.
So the one thing that I think these three teams have that's special too, and when we talk about Class A2, will be the same thing is they all have a big guy who's not really a big guy, but is our athletic jumping athletic dudes. And Eastridge has Percy.
Yeah.
And Percy is his game hasn't been consistent all year long though, but if his game is on, watch out.
Yeah.
If he would just believe in himself to take, I saw him catch a dunk the other night at the Eastridge game. What was that? The Penfield game?
Penfield game, straight off
two
hands.
It was insane.
He had his elbow.
Oh gosh,
it was ridiculous.
And you're just looking, you're like, yo, why aren't you doing this more? Yo, come on. Yeah. And then my guy from leadership number 4.
He can knock down some shots. He can shoot it.
He had 21 points and 24 rebounds the other night against East.
See,
21 and 24. There's only one other person in Section 5 who puts up those numbers, and we'll talk about him in a minute.
Right.
There's only one other person that puts up those type of numbers.
Right.
And then around the court with number 1, Robinson. He's outstanding.
Yeah, athlete.
Yeah. Just a God-given.
Man, this stuff is gonna be crazy.
Class A1. As tough as when we went through Double A, you're like, man, that's ridiculous. This Class A1, these top 4 teams.
Yeah.
Woo!
I just can't wait to get to the Blue Cross and
the Blue Cross
popcorn in my water bottle and sit back.
And the chicken fingers and fries. I'm
ready.
ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I love it. They are good though. Those fries be on point, right?
So
and since we talking about
Jared, you see they talking about food now. Now listen, let's now I'm gonna put Reg on the spot. Reg, who's gonna win A1?
Oof.
I can't pick 2. I have to pick 1.
There's only one winner.
There's only one winner. That's how much
I can't bet against Mo McKinney. I'm sorry.
I can't even be mad at it.
I can't. Leadership.
I can't be mad at it.
But man,
it's like Batman and Batman with Mo and Shamir.
Okay. Can I answer the question?
Go ahead.
I mean, I guess if you really want to.
I'm gonna answer the question. Mo McKinney.
Right.
Same thing. I can't bet against them.
Right.
I'm gonna say leadership as well. But not only because Mo McKinney. I'm gonna say leadership because it's Mo McKinney and it's Shamir. And they got role players too. Don't get me wrong. Those guys take care of the ball.
Yes.
They don't turn the ball over. You can pass the ball, they're gonna pass it out or they're gonna try to do what they do.
Yeah.
But I believe leadership, and this is a shout out to him. I think they're the best coach team in the class.
He gets no respect. Oh, no, I won't say he gets no respect because he's getting his respect.
He's getting
Coach Boone is getting
his shoe game.
Not a shot.
His shoe game is outstanding.
Yeah. He has a Van.
A shot at any of the other coaches.
Yo, Vans need to give him a sponsorship. He needs a shoe
cut the check.
Yeah, they need to cut the check for him because he does not roll out without the Vans.
But listen, he you can tell that those guys they bought into the system.
They did.
And they're executing the game plan, and they believe their coach, and you can see it.
You want to know? You want to know when I sat down and had lunch with Mo and Shamir, and I was like, "What exactly does your coach do that has made this different?" He's like, "He doesn't tell us that we can't do anything.
Oh wow!
He believes in everything we can do.
Wow!
He's like, all you want to do is be believed in." And when someone believes in you, especially young kids, who sometimes in this world right out here, it's hard.
Oh, yeah.
When someone believes in you and says, you know what, do it. If it doesn't work out, hey, we gave it our best.
Man, that's
we did, but I think you can do it.
That's a life.
So do it.
That's a life gym. That ain't even a basketball gym.
That's a life bar right there.
That's a life bar.
Yeah, it is.
I love that.
Shout out to Coach Boone. You're doing a great job.
Shout out to you, Coach.
So, you're going leadership?
Yeah. Golly, it's hard.
I pay top dollar to see leadership East Ridge in the final.
Yeah, me
I
too.
would pay top dollar.
Me too. Golly.
What's the show?
No disrespect to anybody.
What's the show Nick Cannon had called Wild 'N Out?
We wilding out?
You know they got that game? I'm going to plead the fifth.
Oh, no.
I'm pleading the fifth on this one. I'm pleading the fifth.
No.
I'll tell you, you can take my point
serious?
away. No, I can't.
You really about to do that?
Can you think about it? You want to think about it? We'll come back to it.
Can I phone a friend?
I'm sitting right here. I'm the friend you call.
I like that. All right. Think about it. Unless you're ready.
Tony, I mean,
yeah.
Moan Shamir,
yeah.
Rhonda Coit is just a tough team, and then you got the defense. We'll go 3 for 3.
Oh, he went 3 for 3. So that's gonna make us all wrong if we're not right. We all gonna be wrong.
And this is no
shot at anybody.
Any one of those 4 teams, and Rhonda Coit has proved who they are. Easter just definitely proved who they are. Megan is a defending champ, but I mean, there's just something about leadership that.
I took the safe road.
Toss-up.
I took the safe road because I'm not saying no players are better than any of the other ones. To shout out to Tony Arnold, he's an amazing player, and all the other players.
Oh yeah, without question.
I just think leadership's coach is going to be that much better. Not a shot at any of the coaches, but I mean,
he hasn't playing.
I just got to give him his props.
And I think the East loss is going to teach him something.
Yeah,
I think it's a huge. There's something in you can say you never want to lose a game.
It's good to lose it this late though.
But sometimes that'll refocus you and get you ready.
So I'm taking back control of this segment now.
Okay, go right ahead.
You just talked about East.
Yeah,
they are the number 1 seed in Class A2.
In the Class A2.
That is
Welcome
correct.
to A2.
We're here.
17-2.
East is I'm at all the East games. I have purple. I wear purple a lot. I believe in East. And furthermore, Zach is like family to me, and I truly believe in that young man.
Yeah.
He's special.
Yeah.
He's
special.
He's the real deal.
Definitely special.
I mean, they're head and shoulders in this class. I mean,
A2,
you can't say that they're not head and shoulders above in this class.
Right.
But as we were talking off camera, it is a tournament. It's just like the NCAA tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's times that number 1 seeds walk in, and if you're not focused, if you've had a bad day, if you have an argument before you come out, look, let's be real. East just lost one of their best players, and for people who don't know, Justice Ross Simmons has to have surgery next week. There's a very good chance he probably won't be back for the year, no matter how far they go. You don't. At the end of the day, you don't replace a kid like that.
Right.
He's irreplaceable.
Right.
I mean, you're talking about one of the best talents in Section 5. But they're loaded. They're loaded.
Yeah.
They're tough. And Zach is, he's another one of those guys with the top 5-6 guys we're talking about that if he has to be, we'll talk about player of the year, but he has to be at that very top tier player of the year.
Yeah.
He has put up numbers that if you look back in Section 5 history, if you looked at his numbers from this year, the record he put up, if you were to look back on a team 10 years ago and you just saw that name, you saw those numbers, you'd be like, man, that dude must have been the man.
Yeah.
He must have been the truth. You wouldn't have to see highlights. You would just see his numbers and be like, yo,
he's doing all that.
He's doing all of that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he is a special kid. I mean,
and you
have the Barleys.
Yeah, like you said, they got players.
And it's a real conversation that my guy is probably one of the top 2-3 point guards in Section 5 right now.
Oh yeah.
I think there was some that came out. I've seen he's ranked in the top 5 of shooting guards. He's in the shooting guard category of players in the country in his class, and right now he's ranked in the top 5 shooting guards in the country.
Wow.
Not talking Section 5, we're talking the country.
Wow.
So that's big.
Yeah.
He had 34 the other night against Leadership. But once again, this is a team where East, they don't win because of individuals. They win when they play as a team.
Right.
When we talk about my guy number 3, the other guy I think does not get the love that he deserves is McCullough. McCullough
Kai
is
is
a
a machine,
freaking
McCullough.
monster.
Yeah.
He is Yo, Kai is incredible.
Yeah.
Shouts to Kai. He doesn't get enough credit, but if East is going, he's
a big part.
Right.
Yeah.
He drives that.
He's a big part.
Now we know East is going to be well coached. Marty's been doing this for a very long time.
Yep.
And he knows the game. He knows how the high school game goes, and he knows what positions to put his guys in to be successful. Obviously, because they're a solid program. So like we said, Class A2, we pretty much say that there's nobody on that list that can play with East. Although North Star got players, man. They got players. Now they got two guards. One guy I love, white kid. Sorry, I don't know his name, but he is athletic. He is very athletic. He'll go to the basket and he'll knock down 6 or 7, 8 3-pointers in one game.
Absolutely.
And he is a ball player. The point guard, black kid, is also solid from behind the arc.
Yep.
And then you got the big guy. The big guy is an all-around, really good basketball player. Don't know his real name, but Buddha. They call him Buddha, I think.
Okay.
Sat next to his parents at one of the basketball games, and the kid was just solid in everything he was supposed to do.
Yep.
He gets the ball, he keeps it high like his coaches him to do. He goes and gets rebounds. He passes the ball exceptionally well, and then he can score it. And he'll run up and down the court. So he's a legit.
So you saying they're gonna make it interesting?
They're gonna make it interesting.
Okay.
It might not last because of East athleticism and speed and quickness on that big court, but they can go out there and make it a ball game at least. And it for what it's worth, it's gonna make East play and really play at least to get them ready for that next ball.
I'll go Shannon Sharp right now. I got a case to do on East. You taking it?
No.
Exactly.
Go on. I'm not taking it. Even the case.
So, I think we can pretty much agree that even, you have a good kid down at Soda.
No.
Yeah, I know. I got to get it back on track.
Yeah, sorry.
East. But here comes the argument. So if you take any of these teams at A1, let's just say in Arundicoid Leadership or East Ridge.
Yep.
So what happens is A1 and A2 have to play in.
Oh gosh.
To go to regionals.
Oh gosh.
So East is going to have to play one of these teams. I do not think it's just a given that East can beat one of those teams. Any one of those teams can win. And that's going to be, sectionals is going to be incredible. But the play-in game, oh my God. That might be the game of the year. So I'm telling you right now.
Now, if you look at this game, though, I think East is going to be there, and then we're going to talk about. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm going to say Leadership or East Ridge. East Ridge, to me, East Ridge matches up better against East than Leadership does because of their down low presence against East. Leadership doesn't have that strong of a down low presence.
Oh, I don't know.
No.
I know they got four. I know they got four, but
he's a monster.
I know they got four, but Tony's still gonna do what Tony does against four.
It's
the other guys. It's the other guys that on East Ridge's team. East Ridge has got two number fours on their team.
Well,
Percy and then the younger kid.
Yeah.
They got two of them.
So here's my thing though, is why I think Leadership would match up better. I think Leadership has more shooters, and I think they're going to extend the court on a bigger court. They have more shooters than East Ridge. East Ridge really Jalen can make some shots, but really it really is Tony is their outside shooter. Leadership has Mo.
Okay.
They have Shamir. They have number 3 can knock them down.
That's right.
The kid with the dreads can knock them down.
That's true. So, me being a man and not a basketball guy, I take it back. I take it back because, like you said, Leadership can stretch the court out a lot better than East Ridge can.
But it goes back to East Ridge. and Irondequoit. You cannot leave Irondequoit out.
That's true.
Irondequoit can beat anyone at any time.
And I just said it earlier too. Leadership is going to be coached better than that when they face East again, because that coach knows how to adjust.
He's going to see.
I take it back. I'm wrong. I was wrong. It takes a man to do that. I was wrong. Reg.
I'm just looking forward to the chicken fingers and fries.
There you go. So we got East taking Class A2. And then, like you said, they're going to have to meet up with somebody in Class A1. And that's where we're going to have the dog fight. I hope it goes double overtime. Because that means we can get more chicken fingers and fries and stuff.
Now, we just did the double A, A1, A2. No slight to the rest of the Bs and the rest, but
right.
The podcast can only go on so long.
Right. And we got to talk about our potential.
We got to talk about Player of the Year.
Player of the Year. Right.
And I'm just going to throw some names out there. I'm going to throw 5 names out there, okay?
And we're going to pick one and give our why and make it quick, and you can do that.
Right. I'll let you guys go first, and then I'll finish up.
Mm-hmm.
Zach, Mo McKinney, Taj Hill, Melvin Council, Tony Arnold.
Mm-hmm.
And then as a duo, you can pick either one, kind of. Kobe or JT have to be in that discussion because they've mounted an incredible comeback. I mean, Kobe's over 1,500 career points.
I agree.
Tony Arnold went over 1,500 career points just last night, too. I mean, these guys have had careers. And so those guys are in the conversation. You cannot leave them out of the conversation. I mean, there's a lot of other great players that you could put in there, but right now, I would have to say, as far as we go, those are the top guys. A lot of it will depend on how they do in sectionals. But as you see things going right now, Reg, who would you pick if the team won the chip? If whatever your player team is on and won the chip.
Okay, that's a good way to put it. That would have been hard.
Yeah, it would be hard just to kind of. But if your team you think is going to win their division and their player, which one are you going to pick as player?
That changes the game then.
I'm going to go with that.
That changes the game.
I think that's.
Oh God, that's hard.
That's a good choice.
Who was that?
Yeah.
I think
Why?
that's a good choice.
He's an amazing basketball player. He's an amazing teammate, and I think he's gonna pull it through.
I think that's the underrated part that people don't see. He just had a nice write-up in the DNC that he's more than a dunker. But I hear a lot of people say all the time, he's a great player, but he's a better teammate. He's one of those guys that picks everyone up on their team. He's energy all day long.
Okay.
Zach, Mo,
all right.
You're on the clock.
I'm on the clock. I'm gonna go a little more in depth. You want to talk more about that? Why Zach and all that before I go?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
It is what it is. He's 6'6", and he's going. And the cuffs are off now. He's going coast to coast. He's shooting jump shots. He's blocking. He's defending. He's not getting into foul trouble.
Yeah.
You know what too?
The high level of skill.
He's not catching. He's not getting the. Some people would have said earlier on in his career that he'd get like what you call like immature fouls or moments of immaturity. He's matured in front of everyone's eyes. He's matured into who he is. It's not only as a basketball player, but as a young man.
Right.
He's matured who he is.
Right. Okay. So you're going Zach. I've been talking to these guys. I'm a big Mo McKinney fan. Yeah. I'm a fan.
Absolutely.
I'm a fan of the kid.
Absolutely.
But I'm gonna go Zach as well. But I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna go Zach because of Shamir. I'm gonna go Zach because of Jalen Rose Hanna. I'm gonna go Zach because of who was our other guy? Mo McKinney, Taj, and who else? Mel Council. I'm gonna go Zach because of Kayshawn and other guys on his team, because of the other guys on their team.
Yeah.
It's Zach because if East wins it, he's got to be the reason they win it.
Absolutely.
He's got to be the reason they win it. Because if he has, Papa called him something. If he has an off game, I don't think no shade, but I don't think the other guys can win it if he doesn't show up like they need him to show up. Leadership can show up because Shamir can go out there and bury 12 threes. UPrep can win it because Kayshawn is ready to break out at any time. He's ready to go half 40.
I like what he said.
I like what he's saying. Yeah, I'm absolutely on board with it.
My A1 would, my A2 would be Kobe Long, but Kobe Taggart can go out there.
Yes, Keith.
But Taggart can go out there and dominate the game, and they can win it because of him. But Zach is the only guy on his team. I think that if that team wins it, it's got to be because of him.
I like that.
So
I like that.
So that's why I think it's Zach.
I changed my answer to his too.
But Kobe is going. If they win it, if McQuaid was to win it, Kobe's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, Jermaine has won the MVP the past.
Yeah,
he won it last year, but I think it's a toss up between them. But Kobe's having an amazing senior year.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. If McQuaid doesn't win it, and Kobe has a really good playoffs, he can win the MVP. He can win it if they don't win it. But if the team that I'm picking wins it, it's going to be Zach. I got to go with Zach.
And you, Chuck?
So I don't know, because it's hard for us to say who's really going to win because it's not picked by us.
Right.
And it's, man, just like with football, you scratch your head sometimes. Like, are you really picking them as the top person? And everyone's going to have an argument. And as soon as this, I'm gonna get some very heated. I'm gonna get some text messages that people are no longer gonna be my friend, and it's okay. You gotta come back. You love me. It's all right. You're gonna come back. But like Mo, my guy. Zach, you know I've watched Zach since he was a kid. I've been around him just like he's family. I watched him when he coached at AAU. I watched him when he's been around Reg and all them. I've seen, and Reg always used to tell me, this kid's special. This kid's special. I've seen it. I agree. He puts up numbers out of this world. But under what we're talking about, if the player of the year is actually going to win the chip too, I got to say Tony Arnold, because he is the one-man band.
Yeah, that's true. That's easy.
He is the one-man band. So if he wins a chip, how can you not say that
for the same reason?
Yeah, for the same reason.
Because of him, right?
They're not winning without Tony Arnold.
He's even more of a one-man band. So he's right. God,
and underneath, the one person we didn't talk about, if he wins, and would be...
Oh, Tosh.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
If he wins, he's gonna put up 50.
Yeah.
He's gonna put up 50 every game.
Yeah, every game. Yeah. That's a good point. I mean, it's the point I made, but he's even more of a. It's got to be him to win it, to will that team.
Yeah. The other guys are true team players. Oh boy. Here we go.
He jumped in the camera.
Suge Knight.
Let's go, Suge.
Let's go, Suge.
And say Melvin same way.
Let's go, Suge.
Let me stop all y'all. It's one player on here. Y'all kind of mentioned him. He's the only junior. Only junior is playing like he's been there before and he hasn't. So what does that tell you already?
That's true.
A kid that's on the court playing like he's already been there. The bright lights don't scare him. We saw him took one of the biggest shots of the year for the game winner as a junior. He didn't flinch. He didn't sweat. It's kind of one of those things where, I'm sorry, I usually be behind the camera, but I kind of already talked it up a little bit with y'all. It's one of those things where it's like, yes, he has Shamir, but he also is not looking to score all the time. He's looking to make his team win.
That's true.
He's looking to make his team win.
You made a great point.
Reg, he's a junior. He's the only junior that y'all named. The only junior.
What you got?
You act like they can't go co-player of the year. I'm not.
I love it.
Hey,
I love it. It's my first
I think this right here is the way we're going to end this. This is perfect.
Hey, I gotta say this because I'm this much of a fan. I want Mo McKinney to win. I personally want leadership to win because I like the coach.
Nope, I changed my decision.
And I like Mo McKinney.
I love that too. I'm going co-players of the year. Hey, we see it in football this year.
Right.
To be honest, I think they both have that because we've seen Zach have a game not winning with the big shot at the end, but we saw what he did against a 6'9", 6'11" dude against Park School where his size ain't matter. And then we see Mo with the big shots, not just against McQuaid, over and over and over again.
Beat you prep twice. No easy task.
Listen, these two teams know how to win, and they're winning, and it's literally because they're players. And Another thing is, no niche to nobody else. 2 city schools. Ain't supposed to be there. Ain't supposed to be able to beat some of these schools because they're uncoachable. They just athletes. They don't have this. They don't have that. Listen, I'm thinking co-player of the year, Zach and Mo. It's kind of crazy.
I like it. I'm a moment.
Shout out to JT and Kobe McQuaid.
Yes.
Yo,
shout out to
yeah,
boys.
yes. 2 chips already. Go with the third.
You
could be co-players of the year too.
There you go, shining through.
Yeah, it comes through. It is what it is.
It is. But hey, man, that is our Playmakers Podcast sectional preview show. Again, we love to thank our sponsors, Shamrock Paving, Shelton Financial, and Custo Print. Check those businesses out. They do great work for everybody, and we know you'll be satisfied. I am extremely, extremely blessed to be working with these dudes, man. Reg, you are a dream to have as an addition.
I'm glad to be here.
Chuck,
Mo,
this is your show. It's yours, man.
This
Basketball is yours. This is yours to go. I'm just here because it was the third seat up here. I ain't gonna be here that much longer. My thing is football. Me and G and Roy and our boys, we gonna stick to football. But this was a really, really fun show, and I'm looking forward to it in the future.
So first week of sectionals, we're gonna do a first week wrap up coming up. And check our Twitter, Playmakers Podcast on Twitter. You're gonna see a lot of interviews coming up from the games. We got Jack Leisure we're going to interview this week.
Yeah.
Also going to get Keyshawn from UPrep. We're going to get an interview with him. So we got a lot of little small interviews you'll be seeing on Twitter. Be looking out for them.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you, but listen. This brand ends up in our podcast all the time.
Let's shout our boy.
Kev, listen, man. Listen. If we don't get some Playmaker podcast, I'm Living B. Don't come back to Rochester, bro.
For real,
bro. No, don't come back.
I mean, we on here all the time. One of us got on some I'm Living B stuff. But now, shout out to Rochester's own Ken.
We love it. You doing good.
Keep on going, man.
My high school teammate, y'all. I played basketball. This is my teammate.
If you haven't already, the kid. I mean, this brand is national, global.
It is,
right. Look up I'm Living B. It's probably I'mLivingB.com or whatever. Look it up. Google it. Buy you some gear from them. Doing great things. Ken Dave, shout out to you.
Yo, MJ School. Yo, a lot of you kids is football players.
Yeah.
But don't just think it's about football. There's a lot going on over there. In the off season, get your kids over there. And I'm telling you, a lot of people are going to be slept on this, but there's a girl over there who trains. If you want your kids to get faster and to jump higher, go knock down Miss Cromati's door. Make her train your kids to get them faster and to jump higher. Yep. She's no joke.
Well, she handles the women.
No, she said she's ready.
We're getting the girls going.
She's ready.
We're getting the girls
she's
going.
Ready. She's got to get a boy client.
So get.
She's got to get a boy client.
But yeah, so that's our Playmakers Podcast basketball sectional preview show. Leave your comments. Leave your comments. We know they're going to be coming. We know some debates are going to happen.
So Mo, I know we're making this go even longer.
Yeah.
You interviewed them. Shout out to the BK girls.
Oh yeah.
Woo, we see
big
you.
win.
Big
win. We gotta get y'all back. Matter of fact, they'll be back. We gotta get them back on camera.
Those my homies.
Yes.
And hey, there you go. You can do the interview. And shout out to Kev over there, man. Kev Shepard, keep doing your thing over there. Y'all are balling. We're looking forward to seeing what y'all do in the sectionals. Go win it. Go win it. Go win it. Go win it. That's our show. We appreciate y'all. Tune in next week. We'll have
some small interviews
going again.
And then when sectional starts, we'll drop in our real full podcast.
Absolutely. And we will have our football preview show. We got some stuff to talk about in football. The XFL is going crazy. We got guys there. We got some big things, some people signing, college scholarships and all that kind of stuff. So we will have a football wrap-up show coming very soon. Be on the lookout for it next week.
Empire State Showcase.
Empire State Showcase is coming up. Empire State Showcase is coming up. That's a big, huge event where the MJ School and the Playmakers Podcast does a really big football combine like showcase. It was the biggest one last year. It's going to be big again this year. Even bigger. We got some big stuff to tell y'all. We got some really, really, really solid news, and we're excited about it, man. So
you brought up guys who have left high school.
Yeah.
Shout out to Q Rose.
Yes, sir.
Breaking the conference record, over 1,800 points.
Yes, sir.
We see you, buddy.
Yes, sir. Got to get that interview. We might have to FaceTime interview, brother.
Yeah, without question.
So we'll get it going.
And shout out to all the kids from 585 on college doing big things.
Yes.
Zay, we see you out there.
The Asia Fair had a sweet season. That's my little cousin. That's my little cousin. She killed it.
No joke.
She'll be in for an interview because she got to, because I'm gonna make her, because it's my cousin and I can do that. Well, she'll be in. But again, it was a beautiful show. Playmakers Podcast.
We're
working.
Thanks for tuning in to the Playmakers Podcast. We hope you enjoyed the show. Be on the lookout for the next episode. Playmakers Podcast. #we want